how many of you are in this Google session this morning? So whatever they said, we have developed and implemented, right? That's the long and short of it. And it's very important to have someone, partnership of that nature. See, we had very simple questions when we start off. I cut short. We actually wanted to figure out what is an AI skill. I'm sure all of us think about certain things, and in every meeting I go, people tell me that there is no talent available. This whole thing was built by around 10 people. Of course, Google helped us, but I don't think they really had any AI skill in my view. 10 people who did not have any AI skill built this platform. So there's nothing called as an AI skill. You can keep searching for it. You can tell the board, I'm looking for it. We're all telling stories and we're not doing our job, number one. Second, this thing, what is the difference between AI agent and an agentic? We struggled a bit to understand this because these two words are used interchangeably. Then we have come up with our own definition. AI agents are automation. Agentic is autonomous. The most simple things, if you are able to distinguish these two. So any solution which people come and give it to me or my team, we ask them 3 questions. Tell me how this will work in a non-AI world. They explain, then it pretty much looks the same. Then we say, thank you very much. We don't need your solution anymore. So if you're not able to, then we ask agentic and things. So see, because this is very critical, because I think we are not in a hype cycle. We are actually in a real world where I don't think a lot of us, including myself, don't have the knowledge to do all these things. So unless we go and do it ourselves and figure out, we'll be saying we need guardrails, AI will do that, skill is not available. I don't know how this word use case came, which was never there. It's a useless word. We talk about only projects. When did technology justify ROE for projects? Never in the history of my 30 years, and especially working financial services, never. Any project you do, you need to tell a 1% revenue, the project paybacks itself in 6 months. That's all it is. Might be another industry, it might be difficult, right? So we have got into unnecessary narrative of a lot of things to say that we actually don't know what to do. When we see me, I think the whole world, might be there are 15 people in the US. I was there, they had fantastic conversation of how things needs to be done. And we all told them, thank you very much. We really don't understand what you say. Then we got a lot of books from them, read. They took a session, then we were at least on par with them. So then the question is, how do you evaluate solutions? It's a 2-year-old field. Knowledge doesn't exist at the vendor side. Knowledge doesn't exist at the end user side. That's why you're not able to justify anything, because we don't know what we are justifying. We're just going, someone gives some number, puts through it. I had a very tough conversation with my boss. He said, Ramesh, all these things, but I don't understand what you're saying. And she's a very, very smart person. She said, no, this is not the way we should work. So she said, you get a hang of it, right? That's why we said, let the business on the AI side do whatever they want. We will help them to engineering. But technology will tell how to do this. And we will do only technology use cases for the next 18 months so that you know that I have a team which can do anything, right? That's really the thought process. We're really not worried about the customer who wants to leave. He can leave. If he gets a higher interest rate, let him get a higher interest rate. Or if you want a chatbot, it's really not, because we say that where is technology using AI? There's a huge pressure from my boss to say, show me that. Don't figure out with the business. Business will figure out the way to do it, right? Where are you using it? What are you doing about it? Because if you don't use it, then how can you go and tell others? This I remember, since it's a cricket season, might be one because I'm going to skip a lot of slides. They once, during 1981, when Gavaskar came back, they asked him a question. He said, how did Jeff Thompson bowl? Remember Jeff Thompson? Bumrah's predecessor? Huh? Wrong? No, I don't think so. At least major of them know. He said, if he himself does not know what he's bowling, how is the batsman supposed to know? That's what we are doing in AI, right? So these are the things, right? What is AI skill? What do we do? How do we evaluate? These are the fundamental problems which we answer. We said for doing this, we will build a solution from scratch, understand everything so that at least I can go and convince people, or someone comes and tells me that we know what we are doing. So I'm not going to move on to anything. I'll straight go. How many of you seen a slide something like this? All of you would have seen at some book something. But we have implemented the whole thing. We have developed from scratch. We have built that whole thing from scratch. And there are multiple use cases. The use cases which I will show is for audit. So essentially we told our chief auditor, when you come to audit, you press a button. You will know all the issues in my region. It will tell me how that fix will be fixed. What are the scripts? What are the test cases? If all of us agree, I'll press the button and that's it. So what typically used to take is 90 days. We can have the ability to do in 4 hours. Now audit is testing pretty much. We will go live in October. After that, whether we'll take the platform to the next level or any of those things. See, this is the key. Okay. This a lot of parts, right? When you really say AI, in my view, there are only 2 things. LLMs. None of us are going to develop LLMs. None of us are going to do tuning. Both are unimaginable skills, which unless you are a PhD in mathematics, of course, if some of you are here, then I will agree. No one can do it because it's just way out of the league of people. That's why, Mark Zuckerberg is paying millions and millions of dollars, because the people with that skill set is actually very, very, very small in the earth. Okay. So we built this, right? So our entire focus was building the orchestrator. So essentially the example I've told you is very simple, right? If I want to find out all the vulnerability in database or operating system or a network, to do it. And why this was very difficult to do before, actually we could have done this before. Okay. The metadata mapping of every single log coming from every single device on earth, the LLMs have it already. And that's the challenge we had, because if I want to do it in the normal world, I have to take every log and map the metadata, which is going to take a long time. That's why a company does a product and sell it to 100 different companies, right? The same product gets sold because we thought there is no point in building that ourselves. I think AI is completely tipping that back. Actually, you can just have only one company. This whole thing, what Google gave is phenomenal, right? Because this model is trained on any implementation ever done in a Google data center. So it has got everything. There is nothing outside of that, right? So orchestration becomes the key. And then the way we looked at it, and people speak about cost, right? And I will show you a bit. The way we have done it is very simple. First, we check whether it is rule-based. Then please do the rule. If it is RAG, do the RAG. Then we have small language models. Then we have large language models. Our cost of running infrastructure for this in the UAT every month is roughly around 2 lakhs. That's what we have spent. So there's no GPU involved, nothing involved. Because I know Google, I think heavily they're subsidizing something for me, so that's fine. So now look at the right-hand side. These are all new tools. So my view is, if you learn all these tools, then you have got the AI skill. If you don't know any of the things on the right, then you don't have AI skill, as simple as that. Crazy amount of tools have come in the market. This is just only tip of the iceberg. And for each, there are multiple variations, multiple combinations. So now we literally have a team who just look at all the tools for us. Okay, and so many components are there. So if you can get hold of all the components, then I think you can build it. If you don't get off the components, and if you go the traditional way and look at solutions, you will not be able to figure out, because it's a completely different world out there. And hence it is becoming very difficult to evaluate solutions. And someone comes and says, this is what the solution, I mean, at least I don't understand, because now I understand, because there are so many things which are going behind it. Yeah. So this is the final dashboard. Okay. So this dashboard for us in October will be real time. It'll have a 1-day lag, to Anand's point. Real time for audit. I told audit it will take 30 days. Now you're getting in a day, which essentially will tell me what is the problem, what is the status of compliance in my production environment with a 1-day lag with solutions. So every time I need to do is, the human in the loop has to go and press yes, then you're compliant. So I'll not be more than non-compliant. So the thing which we have started is, you'll not be non-compliant for more than 9 days. Today it is 90 days by regulation. Yeah. So that's all, right? If you want to do AI, if you want to master AI skills, please. We trained ourselves in all possible new tools. I think, including my knowledge, and a lot of tools have gone up. Architecture is fundamental. And the good news is architecture exists, so we need to try to do it. Third is integration is at the next level. And we struggled, because normal integration, we take 5, 6 days, 8 days. Here we had the ability to integrate something which we never know in 3 hours. So suddenly the developer does not know what to do now, because he does not know where to go and check. Because everything is there. Yes, once you press, the integration is done. And it is being done by all components and tools which we have never heard of. Right? And that's the thing, right? Where we are suffering is speed. This happens so fast, the mind is not able to understand it. Hence, we have gone down this route of saying, let's put guardrails, that and this, because it is simple thing. It is taking, he said, how can you do this so fast? Because previously I used to take 10 days. Our estimation tools are no more valid. Because when we do that, it says 40 days, but we do it in 4 hours, right? That's the thing. So, message, get ready. Thank you.